And welcome back to Reading Rainbow.
Starring Geordie LaForge?
Yes.
Alright, so, what were we doing? Right, we're discussing the poems.
Yeah.
We already finished off Sayori, and we're discussing the second poem with, Monica?
Yeah.
We just read her second poem that ended with Load Me?
Yeah.
Which, okay, I know you said that you weren't going to answer any questions, but I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Even if it's something storyline related, just tell me it's storyline or spoiler related.
Okay.
Don't just sit there and give me that dumb look like a monkey doing a math problem like you usually do when I ask you a question, alright? So I've noticed, every time I save or load the game, it's a black screen.
Yeah.
Is there a storyline reason for that? Or
no.
do we just
There's
not
supposed
know?
to be a screenshot there, and I don't know what the deal is.
Okay, so that's just something doofy with my computer then.
Yeah.
Alright, that's good enough for me. Okay. Alright, so you want to go ahead and continue?
I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess.
I kind of like playing with my space on the paper.
The vast quantities of space?
Yeah, and the way that it started shifting things over, you know?
Oh, like how like two of the lines in the middle
Yeah.
sort of what's the word? Had indentions?
Yeah.
I think that's
Its margins were a little different.
that, yeah.
Yeah. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of a poem. This is true, because they can add thoughtful pauses, time for you to reflect on the other words before interjecting the next word. It's almost like magic.
Alright, look, Edgar Allan Schmo. I don't need your nonsense.
How long have you been sitting on that one?
Actually, not long. I actually haven't.
I'm gonna need to get that on a shirt.
I was gonna just make up a smart-ass remark just featuring any poet's name, but literally the only poet I know of is Edgar Allan Poe, so I was like,
I like that, though.
fuck it, I'm a little bit limited, let's run with this. We're gonna take this as far as we can go.
That is going on a shirt. I'm not even kidding, that's gonna happen.
Oh, God.
Oh, man, I love that. Alright. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see. Still hard for me to tell what it's about, though.
Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question.
I just figured it out.
What?
I got it. That last line, he's trying to figure out what the poem's about. Last line, load me. Anthem. I got it. Nailed it.
That explains
Boom.
that explains the long pause before any action.
Got it.
And the
Nailed
silence.
it. Nailed it. Doki Doki Literature Club exposed.
Now we know what the follow-up game to this was.
Nailed it. Anthem?
Team Salvado.
This is... Anthem was the, is the sequel?
Yep.
God damn it.
This game is the sequel to Doki Doki Panic, and Anthem is the sequel to this. Boom,
Oh
done.
my goodness.
A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So, putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day.
Oh my good, all of that wasn't the tip?
Nope. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, you rascal.
Hey, get your hands on that fourth wall. It might break. It's an antique. You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing?
Probably not.
What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today.
You rogue. Okay.
Thanks for listening. I need scissors. 67.
Oh, it was 61.
Oh, 61.
It was 61. I don't remember much about the Metal Gear Solid games. Damn it, I remember that.
Sorry, that particular quote got replaced by a different quote lately thanks to you.
Oh, you mean dummy thick.
Yes. Keeps alerting the guards. Look it up.
I may have played and replayed that video about 50 times in Brian's presence.
I'll post it into the Facebook.
Oh, God. Dude.
I still get notifications about it. And I occasionally engage with it.
Do you?
Occasionally.
Dude, I ignored that.
But that is totally a ghost town. But I'll post it there.
Alright. Alright, so... Alright, you said save the best for last in case they take that into consideration.
Yeah.
Or I guess...
Also, it should be, to whom should I show my next poem?
Alright. To whom I should poem the showing next to.
And such.
Well, it's not terrible. Isn't it the same thing she said last time?
Yeah, because it kinda is her.
Fucking hell, whatever. But it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Okay, so first off, thank you for your input. I have taken this into consideration. And second, fuck off!
But that's also the response you wanted. You didn't want her to be into this one like she was into the last one.
I
So
know!
that means your course is going correctly. Be nice to Natsuki. She is a beautiful butterfly.
And third...
Spoiler alert, she is actually 5,000 butterflies in a trench coat.
And third... Fuck you!
Oh, you hurt her feelings.
Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I'd be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. You ever take that into consideration, bitch?
She's like 4 feet tall. I just went over her head.
Fair enough. You're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Yeah? You think so? Yeah. Well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know. But honestly, how can someone so, fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight.
Damn.
It's a little unnecessary.
I'm not used to her being that mean.
Yeah, how about that? It's almost as if this pedestal you put her on is slowly crumbling away, huh?
I can ignore that. Look at her face.
But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. I almost feel like
it's a surprisingly deep statement from him, actually.
I was gonna say, that is a very it needs context statement when you think of it that way.
Only if you say it weird, like, we take care of each other.
Alright.
In our own way.
Alright, fine. You could say we take care of each other in our own way.
Wow, you could actually hear the air quotes. Man.
Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh, yeah. I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Alright, so what... Oh, jeez, this is a lot more wordy than the last one.
Do you want me to read it?
No. Amy likes spiders? Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Okay. So, Natsuki, fourth, fuck off. God damn. Not bad, right? You know, quite a bit longer than yesterday's.
That's what she said.
So, is that the comedy genius we've come to expect here on Drive-By?
Yep.
Fantastic. Yesterday's was way too short.
Also what she said.
Oh my goodness! I'm done! I'll be in my trailer if you need me!
Well, I mean, look at the following sentence.
That's it! That's as good as it's gonna get here on Drive-By!
Close the channel.
That's the pinnacle
Enshrine this episode.
That's the pinnacle of entertainment here!
We have the Citizen Kane of episodes.
God damn it. Step aside, Scorsese, this is it! I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, The message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to.
She's Amy!
What?
My thoughts are that she's actually Amy, and spiders are manga.
Okay. Alright.
That's my thought on it. Anyway, continue.
Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid of if people find out. They'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things.
Yes.
Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Alright, that actually didn't take as long as I thought it would. I thought it was gonna be like super wordy, like
In the context of what she said about her poem, I actually get it now. Like, 'cause the first time I heard it, I kind of was like rushing through her stuff so that I could get back to Sayori.
Oh! Oh, suddenly, oh, Natsuki's so cute!
But she is.
But now you're like, oh, but I just wanted to get done with her so I can get to Sayori.
Sayori is my favorite, but Natsuki is my second favorite. But anyway.
Fuck ever.
Like, I get the poem now. Like, you're supposed to dislike the writer of the poem and realize that that's the punishment that she goes through in being an anime fan.
Uh-huh.
Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Thick and Chunky. Your skills are already improving.
Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot.
Eh? It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings. And write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise.
I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing.
I have, well, an example of that if you'd like to read it.
Of course.
Is this the poem?
Ugh, well.
Wow.
Thick and Chunky sound a little effeminate.
It's not as easy as it looks, is it?
Oh! Is this right? I fuck up once, but let's give you the crown for Master Voice Actor for tonight.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and just crown you Prince King Voicer.
I am talker of good.
Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. Oh, jeez, I forgot she writes in, like, fancy pants font. Okay.
The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an ordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic
Pavlovian.
Pavlovian. Oof. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. What is Pavlovian?
Pavlov did experiments on dogs involving conditioning, where every time he would go to feed them, first he would ring a bell.
And then they learned that the bell was associated with
food, and he would ring the bell, and they would start drooling.
Okay, see, I'd heard of the experiment. I did not know the name of the person associated with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That last line.
Well, not just that, but I think I'm starting to pick up on some of her dark stuff right now.
Do you want to go into it now, or do you want to put a pin in that?
Okay, so we're getting to about that point.
Yeah.
I feel like we can touch on it briefly, but we can't, like, go long-winded.
Okay.
Okay, so it almost seems like she's very, very, very enticed with the knife.
Okay.
And, like, she's bringing up the, the raccoon and the bread, but she says she feeds herself again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if she has, like, a little bit of a, like, a thing about cutting herself. Like, I might be taking it a bit far. Like, I do get that she seems quite a bit obsessed with the knife.
Yeah.
Because when I'm reading it, I'm thinking, okay, she keeps talking about the knife over and over. But when she said, and I feed myself again, that kind of, like, really drives that nail in.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my thoughts on that.
The knife could be a metaphor for something, too.
It could be a metaphor for more knives! Okay, you got me. What?
No, I thought that's where you were going to end it.
No. No.
That just seemed like the kind of crescendo where you just cut off.
Do you want me to end it right there? Because I can end it right